How do you calculate ROI for a food truck? Well, if you are in the food truck entrepreneur spirit and you wanted to launch a food truck, you need to know what the return on your investment is. Plus, you're probably questioning and figuring out, when will I even break even launching this food truck business? But if you've just started and you're not familiar with what I'm about to tell you, then you want to pay attention to this video, because I'm going to break down the return on investment for new food truck entrepreneurs. So welcome to Food Truck Freaks. We are all about food truck entrepreneurship. My name is Damian Roberti. My wife and I have been food entrepreneurs for nearly 14 years now. I've been in the food industry since I was 14, and that's probably about 35 years ago. So I know quite a bit about the food industry. It's pretty much what I have done and what I've known. I've actually owned and operated Italian bakeries, and I own e-commerce food businesses as well. And I've also consulted over 800 plus food entrepreneurs since 2017 with my consulting business. So I'm going to give you some step-by-step calculating return on investment for food truck businesses. So number one, right out of the gate, you want to determine your initial investment. You want to think about all of the money you need to start a food truck. Now, this could include buying or leasing the truck, purchasing your kitchen equipment, getting all the necessary licenses and permits, stocking up on initial inventory, and spending on marketing and branding. Now imagine these as the upfront costs you need to get your business rolling. No pun intended. Let's give you some examples here. So you spend $50,000 on a truck, $10,000 on equipment, $2,000 on permits, and $5,000 on initial supplies, $3,000 on marketing, and $2,000 on other startup costs. Now, add all of these amounts to find your total for your initial investment, right? That's step one. Step two, now we're going to calculate your monthly operating costs. Next, think about the ongoing costs that you're going to actually incur every month, of course, like with any business, to keep your food truck running. Now, these costs include buying food and drink supplies. You're going to pay your staff if you've got employees, fuel and maintenance for the truck, insurance, marketing, and other miscellaneous expenses. Now, here's an example. Now, if you spend $4,000 on supplies and $6,000 on staff wages and $1,000 on fuel and maintenance, $500 on insurance, and $300 on marketing, and $200 on other operating expenses, you want to add these amounts up to get your total monthly operating costs. Number three, estimate your monthly revenue. All right, so now you want to estimate how much money you expect to make in sales each month. Now, of course, this is going to be an estimate, and it's okay. You can go high, you can go low, but you need to figure out roughly what you think you're going to do. You want to think about your average daily sales and how many days you'll operate each month. Now, let's do an example of this, because all of this is actually accumulating to what I'm about to tell you. Here's an example. If you make $800 in sales each day and you operate for 25 days, multiply these to find your total monthly revenue. Number four is going to be calculating your monthly net profit. Now, we're going to subtract your total monthly operating costs from your monthly revenue. Now, this gives you your net profit for 1 month. Now, the money you have left over after covering all of your expenses. Example, if your monthly revenue is $20,000, right? And your monthly operating costs were $12,000. Subtract these two and find out your net monthly profit, which in this particular case, broken down very simplistically, is $8,000. Number five, determine your annual net profit. Now, multiply your monthly net profit by 12. That's going to actually give you your profit for the entire year. Now, let's go back to the example. If you made $8,000 a month, you would take that and multiply it times 12. That gives you your annual net profit. Now, number six is to calculate this. Now, we're calculating your ROI. Now, to find your ROI, you want to compare your annual net, listen to what I'm telling you, net profit to your initial investment. Essentially, you're looking at how much profit you're making in relation to what you initially spent. Now, here we go. This is the fun part. So you want to example this. Let me give you an example. So if your annual net profit is $96,000, your initial investment was $72,000. You compare these figures to understand your ROI. Now, in this scenario, of course, your ROI would be quite high, indicating a severely good return on your investment. Now, the other thing is the break-even point. Number seven, consider the break-even point. Now, you want to think about how long it will take for your business to make enough profit to cover your initial investment. Now, this is known as that break-even point. So here's that example broken down based upon what we just discussed. If your total investment was $72,000 and you're making a net profit of $8,000 per month, it would take you 9 months to completely break even. That's actually pretty amazing, to be honest with you. Now, some of the key takeaways on this so you can understand even better. Your initial investment, well, that's all the money you spend to start the business. Monthly operating costs, these are ongoing expenses to keep the business running. Monthly revenue, income from sales each month from your food truck. Your net profit, revenue minus your operating costs. Annual net profit, that's going to take that profit and multiply it times 12, of course, giving you your annual. Return on investment is your annual net profit compared to your initial investment. And then the break-even point, that's the fun part. Time that actually takes to recover your initial investment. So there you have it. If you're asking yourself, how do you calculate ROI for a food truck? There are some great examples I just gave you. And if you didn't catch it, no problem. Feel free to watch this video 150 times if you have to. Just joking. Anyways, I will see you on the next video. If you have any questions about ROI in food truck business or anything related to food trucks, give us a little comment in the comment section. We're building out an ample amount of information and good content here. So your questions, I'd love to make videos for. Let me know. I'll see you on the next video.